34 years ago, the Richard LaMunyon Hall of Fame was created to recognize the finest of the torch run community. And tonight, we continue this tradition. Induction into the Hall of Fame is the most prestigious award given in our movement. Tonight, from a list of exceptional candidates, we will recognize 3 individuals who have shown time and again that they epitomize what the torch run stands for, and who have sacrificed much to ensure that those with intellectual disabilities live a life full of opportunity and inclusion. Hall of Fame inductees, past, present, and future, have dared to carry the flame of hope into uncharted territories, excelled our mission to new levels, and have demonstrated unwavering leadership in the development of our cause. Would you please welcome these past inductees as we prepare the Hall of Fame? Now we will reveal this year's nominees. To be nominated for the Richard LaMunyon Hall of Fame in and of itself is an honor, of which you and your program can rightfully be proud. As this year's nominations are announced, please stand in place when your name is called and remain standing to be recognized. Please join me in congratulating the 2025 Richard LaMunyon Hall of Fame nominees.
Joe Barca, New York. Jeff Bregg, Kansas. Shawn Byrne, Oklahoma. Loretta Claiborne, Georgia. John Clifton, Georgia. Stuart Mayer, Oklahoma. Joe Sarnarski, New Jersey. Mike Shortreed, Minnesota. Kimberly Unland, Southern California. Please welcome 2023 Hall of Fame inductee Danny Hall and 2018 Hall of Fame inductee Bill Prawl.
Our first inductee into the 2025 class of the Richard LaMunyon Law Enforcement Torch Run Hall of Fame has been involved in our movement for more than 30 years. Their first exposure to the torch run came in the early 90s when they assisted their father with the inaugural LETR fundraiser for their father's police agency. That event sowed the seeds for what will become a lifelong passion for the LETR and the athletes of Special Olympics. A decade later, our inductee will become a police officer and begin their own torch run journey. One LETR event quickly led to many more. From rooftop sits to polar plunges, they quickly became a mainstay to the program's fundraising efforts. Never content with the status quo, our inductee worked tirelessly to expand and enhance fundraising to include the incorporation of an annual Cool Schools Plunge. This event continues to thrive, and after more than a decade and a half exposing countless students to the concept of inclusion and selfless service to others. A champion of officer engagement and education, our inductee created an LETR training module for new police recruits in their agency. This training has been presented to every academy class since 2005, exposing every new officer to the torch run and our broader LETR mission. One of our inductees' most visible legacies can be found in the area of social media and public awareness. They played a pivotal role in building their program's social media presence, helping the movement share its stories and reach new audiences more effectively. They also championed the LETR Wrap Vehicle Initiative in their program. This idea blossomed into a statewide initiative, resulting in over a dozen agencies now proudly featuring LETR and Special Olympic themed vehicles, many which our inductee helped design and photograph. As a dedicated member of the International Law Enforcement Torch Run Executive Council, our inductee has helped to shape how the LETR educates, engages, and empowers its members worldwide. One of their most impactful contributions has been in transforming the LETR's digital presence. They have played a key role in coordinating global social media strategy for the LETR, telling the story of the movement and highlighting the achievement of both athletes and law enforcement. Their ability to seamlessly execute high-impact digital storytelling has made them an essential element of the LETR's communication success, allowing the movement to connect with global audiences in powerful new ways. From raising much-needed funds for their local torch run program to serving as the communications leader for multiple international final legs and the International Executive Council, our inductee has demonstrated tireless dedication and innovation support of the LETR and athletes of Special Olympics. It is therefore my great privilege to introduce our first inductee into the 2025 class of the Richard LaMunyon LETR Hall of Fame, Shawn Byrne of Oklahoma.
For anyone who knows me, I'm not normally speechless. I have a lot to say. This guy right here, I met you when I was my dad's first golf tournament. I was 12, you were 16.
Yes. Yes.
Been all over the world with this guy. Okay?
That's right.
Because of Chris and our athletes are why we're all here. This movement started grassroots through a run. Special Olympics started with swimming in the backyard. They're both through the power of sport. Through the power of sport, we're changing lives. We're being includers. We're able to make a difference in our athletes. I've learned far more from Chris and his family, who are like family to me. Been through some really fun times, good snowball fights,
Oh, yes.
WWE.
Of course.
So we've had a lot of fun, but I'm still just like, I can't believe I'm up here. Our athletes, for our officers, are that light in the darkness. They help us know that no matter what we face as law enforcement, that we see the worst and the best people, and that our athletes help us heal, learn, and grow, because they include us and they allow us to be a part of their lives. So how will you be an includer? That's what I challenge everybody here, especially the 300 newcomers. Be that person that stays on your command staff. As the chief from Oklahoma will tell you, I pestered him until he finally got me to be quiet, and now he's our torch run director. I pestered him to wrap police cars. He finally wrapped one to get me to be quiet. So you get the hint. But guys, you have the opportunity to change your own lives. You're changing generations of lives that you'll never understand, you'll never see. It's not measurable. I've been all over the world with this movement, and now I'm blessed enough to work for SOI, but I'm still a torch run volunteer to the core, and I always will be. And because of the people that are sitting here who mentored me as a young officer, are why I'm still here and why I'm pushed to do more. Like I said, to be an includer, to quote someone that won a big award in football last year, be good. Be good to yourselves, be good to others. Do good. Do something special for somebody else every day, whether it's recognized or not. God bless. Bless each other.
Give it up to Shawn Byrne.
But like Chris said, thanks, buddy. But we're doing the work, and to make sure that we take care of ourselves, take care of our families. I grew up around this much like Jake did. My kids grow up around it, and when they're around our athletes, those are their friends. They don't know any difference because they learn more than we could ever teach them. And our athletes teach us more than we can ever do. It's like Josh Allen said, be good, do good. God bless. Thank you.
Sometimes circumstances arise that create challenges for those involved in the planning and hosting of these important ceremonies. Tonight is one of those times. For reasons that you will come to understand very shortly, we are pleased to be adding one additional inductee into the Richard LaMunyon LETR Hall of Fame this evening. We appreciate your understanding. Our next inductee into the 2025 class of the Richard LaMunyon LETR Hall of Fame begin their affiliation with Special Olympics as a corporate volunteer more than 40 years ago. Based upon this life-changing experience, they quickly developed into a leader of volunteers and compassionate mentor of athletes. They accepted a volunteer position as the volunteer service manager for the 1995 Special Olympics World Games, where they were responsible for recruitment, scheduling, and oversight for all volunteers working at the Games. In 2006, after 2 decades of dedicated volunteer work, they accepted a position as the Director of Special Events and Torch Run Coordinator for their program. For almost 2 decades, our inductee played a key role in the development and growth of the LETR in their program. They were involved with the planning, facilitation, and expansion of numerous torch run activities across the program to include torch runs, polar plunges, 24-hour super plunges, cover the cruiser events, and many more. During our inductees' tenure as a Director of Special Events and Torch Run Director for their program, they increased law enforcement participation by 23% and torch run revenue by more than 70%. Our inductee began their work at the international level in 2009 when they volunteered to serve as the principal liaison between their home program and the International Conference Planning Committee, ICPC. As a result of many successes of that conference, they were asked to become a member of the ICPC. Since that time, our inductee has been elevated to the ICPC leadership team, where they serve as the production manager who is responsible for all aspects of production for every presentation in the main ballroom, from the initial lighting of the Flame of Hope to closing ceremonies. This work entails a 2-year planning effort for each conference and hundreds of volunteer hours by our recipient each year. Our inductee has also been very active in their support of our other LETR cornerstone, the LETR final leg. In 2015, they served as a member of the logistics team for the 2015 final leg held in Southern California. Since then, they have also been called upon to serve as a logistics manager for the 2022 USA Games final leg, the 2023 International final leg in Berlin, and the 2025 final leg in Italy. Few in our movement have earned the opportunity to serve in key leadership roles in both of our flagship initiatives, the International Law Enforcement Torch Run Conference and the final leg. This is a direct reflection of the passion, skill, dedication, and limitless energy that our inductee has committed to the LETR over the past 3 decades. It is also reflective of the exceptional level of trust that they have earned from the leadership of LETR throughout their involvement. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our second inductee in the 2025 class of the Richard LaMunyon LETR Hall of Fame, Lisa Carlone of Connecticut.
I'm so not prepared for this at all. Being back there, I know everything out here, and I certainly didn't know this. Oh. I've spent over half my life involved in Special Olympics and LETR, and I wouldn't change a thing. It has been the most amazing thing in my life. It makes it easy to do the work that I do and support all of you and the amazing athletes of this movement. Thank you to the chief for the amazing thing you created. It is absolutely beautiful and wonderful in what you have done. I just can't put into words. My conference planning family, you are all the very best people that I have worked with. I love you dearly. My Connecticut family, thank you so very much for all the years we've worked together. You guys are rock stars. My husband, Joe, who knew about this clearly and has kept a really good secret for a long time. We met at Special Olympics, and we share a passion for the athletes and for the movement. We live it and breathe it every year, every day, and we'll continue to do that. I will treasure this for the rest of my life. Thank you so very much for this award.
Our final inductee into the 2025 class of the Richard LaMunyon LETR Hall of Fame has been a shining star in their home LETR program for the past 16 years. They have played a pivotal role in the origination, planning, implementation, and lasting success of many local and regional LETR events to include Cops on Donut Shops, golf tournaments, polar plunges, 5K runs, and fitness competitions. A champion of inclusion, our inductee co-founded a unified soccer league in their community and secured the funding for uniforms and equipment for more than 150 athletes and unified partners. Their leadership and dedication to the athletes and Special Olympics program did not go unnoticed. Our inductee has been called upon to serve on their state Special Olympics Executive Council and served as their state LETR director for 6 years. Our inductee has also had a profound impact at the international level of our movement. It began with service on multiple final legs as a runner, team leader, and logistics team member. They have also served as a long-term member of the IACP's Law Enforcement Torch Run Committee. More recently, our inductee has expanded their selfless service to include their work on the LETR International Executive Council, serving as regional coordinator for several years before being elected as the chairman of the council in 2023. Through the Why campaign, they have inspired law enforcement officers to reconnect with their purpose and the why behind their support for the LETR and Special Olympics. During his tenure as chairman, our inductee has been a passionate and effective global ambassador and advocate for our athletes and the LETR while expanding our presence internationally, bringing new countries into the fold and strengthening relationships across continents. According to one nominator, our inductees' contributions to Special Olympics and the LETR have been immeasurable, and they continue to have a significant positive impact on so many across the globe. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce our final inductee into the 2025 class of the Richard LaMunyon LETR Hall of Fame, John Clifton of Georgia.
I got it. We're good.
You got me?
I got you.
Okay. How did y'all keep this a secret? I honestly had no idea. I did not know. I just figured I would know being the chair, I guess, but unreal. As Lisa said, I'm not prepared for this either, but, you know, I do want to thank a couple people, and I want to start with my rock, my wife, Amy. Some of the crazy adventures I've been on would not be possible without her. And being at home and taking care of our kids when they were little. And now she's at home taking care of our grandkids. So thank you, Amy. I love you. I'll just say this. I don't like being up here. And the reason I don't like being up here is because ever since I've been doing this, many of you know my story. It was a simple ask from a liaison to go to put medals on athletes in Georgia, where I'm from. And I put an athlete on the neck of Ashley, who, that's my why. And the hug she gave me changed me forever. But I don't like being up here because this isn't about me. And I don't like the recognition for this. I accept it, and I'm very appreciative of it. But this has always been about the athletes for me. It will always be about the athletes for me. Serving as the chair is about the athletes. I remind our council every time we get together, it's about the athletes. It's why Dustin has been up on this stage with me for the last 2 years, and as long as I get to come up on this stage, there will be an athlete beside me. But that's, I guess, why I don't, it's not about me. Anyway, a couple days ago, I just said this. I talked to you a little bit about your dash, and that song has carried me throughout this week. But, between your two numbers, you have that dash. Let this passion that you have continue to carry you. Use that dash to glorify God in all the things that you do, including what you're doing here. And I hope and I pray that each one of you at the end of that dash, that number at the end, will hear the words, well done, faithful servants. I hope I hear that one day myself. But I'm honored. Thank you. Thanks.
Well, my congratulations to those that were selected into the Hall of Fame, and for the previous ones and the ones that aren't here. The Hall of Fame is above and beyond, but by the same token, many of you in this room deserve the Hall of Fame also just for what you do. I remember when I was a young police chief, and I thought making promotions would be the most fun part of the job. It's horrible. You have one position and 35 people you could put in it because they're all equal and they're all great. So thank you very much for the Hall of Fame selection committee and everyone that did that.